So what does it actually take to turn a simple idea into a business that's not just surviving but thriving? We're talking 7 figures. In this explainer, we're going to break down the core principles from the book From Idea to Income into a really practical guide that anyone can use. Let's jump right in.
We're going to follow a simple 5-stage roadmap. It's designed to take you from that first little spark of an idea all the way to building something that lasts. We'll hit on mindset, your blueprint, marketing, scaling, and of course, the money.
You know, that's a pretty powerful thought, isn't it? Every single huge company, every invention that changed the world, it all started as just a little thought. That idea is the very first step on the path from where you are right now to where you really want to be.
Okay, first up, the idea and mindset. This part is so important because it's the foundation for everything else. And it's not just about having a good idea, it's about building the mental fortitude to actually see it through.
This right here, this is a huge distinction. So many people have ideas, right? But very, very few actually do anything about them. The book just nails it. It says, you don't get clarity before action. You get clarity through action. The secret isn't waiting around for the perfect plan. It's just taking that first messy step with the idea you have right now.
So, how do you even know if your idea has real potential? Well, you're looking for that sweet spot, right where 3 things overlap. Your passion, the thing that's going to keep you going when it gets tough. Your skill, what you're actually good at. And market demand, people who will actually pay for what you're offering. When you find that intersection, that's gold.
Okay, so you found it, you've got the passion, you've got the skills, and it seems like people want it. But that's just the starting line. A brilliant idea by itself isn't a business. Not yet, anyway.
And that brings us right to stage 2, building your blueprint. This is where we stop dreaming and start building. We're going to turn that raw idea into a structured plan that can actually work in the real world.
Your entire business plan, everything, hinges on how well you can answer these 5 questions. They force you to get crystal clear on your purpose, your customer, your product, how you'll make money, and where you're headed. Honestly, answering these is what separates a business from just an expensive hobby.
So what's your unique promise? You have to remember, people don't buy products, they buy outcomes. They don't buy a gym membership, they're buying confidence. They don't buy an online course, they're buying a transformation. Your value proposition has to be the clear, simple, compelling answer to the question, why you?
Now that you've got a solid plan, you need to get noticed, right? This is stage 3, branding and marketing. This is all about how to build a brand that people actually remember and then communicate your value to the world.
I love this because it's the absolute truth of modern business. It's not about being the loudest anymore, it's about being the clearest. Your brand is more than a logo, it's the story you tell. It's the feeling people get when they hear your name.
The journey from a complete stranger to a paying customer can be broken down into this really simple funnel. First, they just have to know you exist. That's awareness. Then you build trust by giving them value for free. That's engagement. And only then, once that trust is there, can you guide them towards a sale.
One of the most powerful marketing tools you have is social proof. And why does it work so well? It's simple. People trust other people way more than they'll ever trust an advertisement. When someone who's on the fence sees real success stories and great reviews, all their hesitation just kind of melts away. Your best customers become your best salespeople.
All right, you're making sales, your brand is growing, now what? Stage 4 is all about systems and scaling. This is where you make the critical shift from a business that needs you every second to a business that can actually run on its own.
This right here, this might be the most important mindset shift you'll ever make as an entrepreneur. At first, you have to be the operator, doing everything. But to grow, you have to become the architect, the one designing the systems and the strategy. Because if the business only works when you do, well, you don't own a business, you own a job.
So how do you actually make that shift? You start by automating all the repetitive stuff. Think about all the time you waste on scheduling, invoicing, or follow-up emails. Every single one of those things can be put on autopilot, which frees you up to think about the big picture stuff that actually moves the needle.
And that's the real prize here. Yes, financial freedom is awesome, but the true end game of building great systems is getting your time back. It's about creating a business that can grow and thrive, even if you decide to take a week off.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important stage, the money and legacy. This is about more than just earning a living. It's about mastering your finances and shifting your focus to creating a lasting, meaningful impact.
This quote from the book's preface just says it all, doesn't it? Financial success is not an accident. It's the result of discipline and deliberate action. It's a game with rules, and this is where we learn how to master them.
Every single dollar your business earns has one of three jobs. You can spend it, you can save it for a rainy day, or, and this is the absolute key, you can put it in the grow column. Reinvesting your profits back into the business is the engine that drives real sustainable growth. It's how little streams turn into big rivers. And as you become more successful, the game itself starts to change. You start thinking beyond just profit. True legacy builders focus on significance. They build amazing teams, they mentor others, and they create a brand that really stands for something important.
So when you boil it all down, this whole journey, from that first little idea to building a lasting legacy, it all starts with one powerful choice: the decision to stop thinking like everyone else and start thinking like a creator.
And that leaves us with this final, really important question. It's not just about what you're going to earn, it's about what you're going to create and what you'll leave behind. Ultimately, the journey from idea to income is really a journey of impact. So, what will yours be?